welcome to my channel. This is Sarah. I've had a channel for a while and I actually deleted an old one, but I mean, I've explained this in other videos. I'm starting back again and my life has changed a lot, and I'm an esthetician now. So because I'm an esthetician, I figured I'd come on here and make a video of my experience in aesthetic school. I don't even know if the camera's focused. Okay, so yeah, and I don't have my glasses on because it's like glaring from the window. So I'm currently in my spa right now. So I have my own shop. I do lashes, facials, waxing, brow tint, lash tint, all that fun stuff. So the majority of my clients that I have are lash clients, and I absolutely love what I do. So I was coming on here. I'll make a separate video. I get the question a lot is, why did you choose aesthetics? Because if you don't know, I did go to college. I do have a master's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. My master's is in management with HR. And people are like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense, but it does. I'll make a separate video on that. You have to do what you love. I've worked in both of those fields, loved it, but this I loved even more. So that's why I stuck with this, and it allows me to have the freedom to be here with my son, so at home and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, so I work part-time, but I figured I'd come on here and tell you guys about my experience, especially since, you know, I've been to college and then going to aesthetic school, which is a technical college. So here's my experience. You ready? I am currently in Tennessee, and I attended Miller-Motte. They shut down, so I think they have other Miller-Mottes around everywhere, but that's where I went. So I had 7 months left on my GI Bill, so I went ahead and I used it for aesthetic school. I graduated a month early because I was not messing around. I was like, I'm gonna graduate, I wanna work, I wanna do all this kind of stuff, right? So I had to graduate early, so I got my hours. You're required to have 750 hours. What is going on? So you have to get 750 hours to go ahead and take your test, and I'll make a separate video on that as well. But anyways, so the first day came, I went into school, you know, we had to wear scrubs. It was cute. I had never wore scrubs before, so I was like, oh, this is awesome. The first, I forget how many weeks it was a lot of book work. So a lot of book work, learning about skin, facials, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of tests, like every week we had a test. There were only 2 hard tests for me. Personally, it was like the chemistry. I mean, I still passed them all, but they were still, you know, difficult for me because my other degree, I had to, like, what does that have to do with science, right? So, like, it was something new. I've taken chemistry before, but that was way many moons ago. But anyways, then you start practicing on each other. You're not yet working on clients, you're just working on each other. So I'm doing that, we're working on people, we're learning. I'm going home, I'm doing additional research on things. So not only am I at school doing the book work and stuff like that, I'm at home watching videos, doing all this kind of stuff. And that's what I highly recommend to anybody attending aesthetic school. I tell people all the time that anybody can legit be an esthetician. Like, you do not have to be smart to pass or graduate from school. You have to know what you're doing to get your license, kind of, but you need to put in that extra work. You don't want to be a regular ass esthetician. You want to go above and beyond so that you know what the heck you're doing, right? Like, you want to know what you're doing. You want to be able to educate your clients and just be knowledgeable on the skin and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know, you can either be that person in class that sits there the whole time, is on their phone, or you can be the person that's like, I want this client, I want this client. You can choose which one you want to be, because both of them can pass the school, but you need to choose. Like, you can get points, you have to get points every day, at least at our school you did. You can literally get points for anything. So you can either be lazy or you can be a go-getter. I'll tell you right now that in my class, I forgot how many of us that there were, but there's only one other girl that I know of that's working in the aesthetics field. I hope I'm like focused. Yeah, so there's only one other girl out of, I think it was 13 or 12. So realize that you need to put that work in. I don't know if some of them, I know some of them were unable to find jobs and maybe didn't feel comfortable doing it, and that's fine, or they just found something else that they wanted to do. Like, you can find out that you want to do something different later. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it's something that you want and you're like, I want to do this, you got to make it happen, because nobody's going to make it happen for you. During school, this is the time where you can be getting clients, because you're going to be servicing the public. You can get clients like that. They will follow you. They'll follow you to your first place if they like your work and stuff like that. So it's just a great place to build relationships, a great place to build relationships with the cosmetology students, because you guys can refer people. It's just an awesome networking place. But yeah, I mean, just also be prepared. I know, like, you guys probably hear this a lot, but be prepared for drama in aesthetic school or cosmetology school. I don't know what it is, what's in the water, and it's not just in Tennessee, it's everywhere, because I've, spoken to numerous people about this. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that a lot of these women are going to aesthetics or cosmetology school straight out of high school, or, because there's people that are older that are immature too, so age doesn't really have, well, it does have a lot to do with it, but yeah, just stay out of it. Just try to stay out of it, do your thing, do your work, and go home. Like, I met a lot of cool people in cosmetology school, but I did see a lot of people get into a lot of drama and stuff like that, and I wasn't really like, it's not really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're there to learn, get our hours, and leave. But it definitely was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. As far as school is concerned, it is not hard. Do not be intimidated about going to cosmetology school, or not cosmetology, aesthetic school, because it's really not that hard. But then again, if you're not doing what you need to do, it could be hard for you. So you just need to be that person that's like a go-getter and get it done. Also, I'm going to make a separate video on like working as an independent contractor, as or as an employee, or booth renting, because I've done all of those. I've worked in, I've rented a booth from 2 separate places, and I was an independent contractor, not really an independent contractor, at another place. I do not suggest anybody become an independent contractor or an employee. Take that risk and go out and rent a booth. Get your client, like, I'm telling you, it can be done. I'll make a whole new video on that, but you're gonna make the most of your money doing that. I know it's an upfront cost, but trust me, it makes sense. I've done it, it's the best. So yeah, but if you guys have any questions about the school, you guys can ask me. I know like some of the things, some of the things that I learned how to put on like is it Ardell? Cluster lashes, but that's not lash extensions. I can get into a whole video about that too. Facials, different, skin types, different products. In my spa, I carry Circadia. There's just a lot of things that we learned, but I had to pay extra. At least at the school I attended, learning lash extensions to be certified, and that was not included in your tuition. I had to pay an additional, I paid $1,200 because I got like the big kit, because I don't mess around. $1,200 when in order to do that, and it was well worth it. I suggest anybody going to that school, not Miller-Motte, but just in general, even if you're a cosmetologist, you take that freaking certification, because everybody wants lashes, I promise you. So that, and then I also paid extra to get certified in microblading, which was $1,800. We are no longer able to do that as of November 2017, because technically now in the state of Tennessee, it is considered a tattoo. So there were no regulations on it until November of 2017. So, but now there is. So I would have to become an apprentice at a tattoo shop and be an apprentice. And I'm not cleaning stuff up like all day long. I already do that at my own shop. I have my own business. I'm fine. I loved microblading, but I wasn't in love with it. Like I did really good work and stuff like that, but it just wasn't worth it to me. So I'm not going to do that. And then plus, even if I were to become an apprentice, let's say I wanted to work at my own shop, I would have to get it licensed as a tattoo shop, which means I have to get everything needed in order to pass like the huge test for it. I would just prefer to do lashes, because that's what I already do, and all of my clients like a good lash. But you can add other things. For example, like spray tanning. You don't have to have a certification out here in the state of Tennessee. I could add spray tanning if I wanted to, but look, I'm like drifting off. But yeah, honestly, don't be that person in school that literally sits there and doesn't do shit. Like, for example, if you're sitting there and you've got a go-getter, like, you should be cleaning up after that person so that they can go to their next client. Like, if you don't want to do anything, at least help out with that. But don't be that person, because literally everybody will know that you're the lazy one, and you won't, you know. Like, I had a job before I even graduated. I had been offered a job. You know, it was a great learning experience, though, I'll tell you that. Never again will I work for anybody but myself, but it was a great learning experience. Yeah, so just go ahead and ask any questions that you may have below. Like I said, I became an esthetician in 2017. Was it 2017? Yeah, so technically I've been an esthetician for how long now? May of last year, so 14 months? I can't count. So 14 months, but like I said, I've done so much extra and like additional research. I've not only taken a classic lash class by Bella Lash, I am also certified through Borboleta, and I am certified through them in volume. I will take a course every single year because, like I said, I'm not average. I'm always going to be taking additional education. Always. You never want to stay at the level that you were at last year. You only want to go up. So if I'm not taking classes, if I'm not doing any of that, then yeah. So there's the difference. You can either be sitting down or you can be doing things. So just keep that in mind, and don't let anybody, you know, tell you, oh, don't go to aesthetic school, it's dumb and blah, 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 because I thought the same thing. I was like, I'm never going to work in this field, but I sure do work in it now. I love it. There's pros and cons, which I can get into in another video, but I mean, it's awesome. But y'all have a great day. I got to get ready for my client. I got to slay some lashes, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.